Hello and welcome to another edition of Sports Talkies with me, Clinton D'Souza. Today I have with me in our studio one eminent guest, actually two guests. One person is known in the football industry, another person is making his name much more bigger when it comes to in the football industry by joining in the sector of coaching. One person has been a player, played for the nationals, state and different other topmost clubs of the country. Today he's one of the most famous coaches in Goa. His name comes in the top 10 as well. And he has started his own coaching center in the name of Super30. That is none other than Ricardo Cardozo, and I also have with me one of his coach, that is Marcus Fernandez from Seolim. So Ricardo, first of all, welcome to Herald TV. Now when it comes to coaching, we have seen you playing right from the grassroots, now becoming a coach. Tell me about that journey first of all.
Thank you, Clinton, for having us here. So basically, I think there is a huge difference between playing football and coaching football. When obviously I started playing, there was a different world to me when I was playing football. It was all about adapting to information, learning different things into football. But obviously, when I switched to coaching, I wanted to take the same things, but during the due course of time, it was difficult, it was challenging, because it was not only about learning experiences, but it was also about imparting knowledge, understanding what the kids require, what players require. So during that course of time, I think I have learned a lot. I have dug deep and seen that what coaching requires. To be a good coach, to be a respectful coach in the society, it is very important. So I gathered a lot of information. I went to different places, understood what the coaching model is about, and obviously coming to the part, I thought that something was needed to be done right. As we say, there are a lot of Indian players out there that we actually train right now. So I wanted to do things differently. So basically, I did a bit of study, you can say, on Indian players, which I thought was the need of the hour. Right? We need to know what Indian players, the strengths are and what are their weaknesses. And I think we needed to work on a model of that. So I put in a lot of hours to study before I could go into coaching. And yes, when I found the right balance, I said, yes, it's the right way ahead. And then I took forward the career of coaching.
Okay, now coming to Marcus. Marcus, you have been a part of Super30 right from the initial start. So share us your experience, then I'll move on to the main person.
Okay, thank you, Clinton, for having us here. Yes, I've been with Ricardo since 2018, but then for some reasons I had left and then joined again, and now I work as a manager for him, wherein I handle all the office works and all. I take practices as well with whenever the coaches are not there and all. So yes, I would say because of Ricardo I'm here today. Because before meeting Ricardo, when I did my D license, I was like, yeah, why did I do this D license? But then when once I just went to Giri, where he started the center first, that time I met Ricardo and I was like, who's this person? Will I be able to do coaching with him? And yeah, and he was the right person whom I met. And yes, today I am because of Ricardo. What I am, because of Ricardo. That's it.
The manager also says the same, but I have also heard when it comes to the parents of the kids that enroll with your academy, they also say the same. Our kids are systematic. Our kids are behaving professional at this age is because of Ricardo. I know very well. I know you personally as well. You were always professional when it comes to your normal and personal and social life as well. Yes. You had some social outtakes as well, but when it comes to giving preference or giving priority to certain sectors of a certain responsibility, you have always been the number one in that. You have always and now you have become a parent as well. So I just want to know, before we go into the technical and main part of Super30, let people also know who Ricardo is. Ricardo, you have been a part of Tata.
Yes.
You have been a part of the AIFF groups as well, different teams. You have been a part of Calcutta teams, Bangalore FC. Also, you played in Goa as well. So tell us, when it comes to playing football, what is tougher, being a player or being a coach?
Clinton, I would put it in both the ways that playing football is tough, and to become a coach is even tougher. Because when you are in the field, you obviously there are expectations on you. and you can have the fun, you enjoy playing football, sometimes you can fool around, you can have the banter. But when it comes to coaching, you know that you are not only a person that kids and players look up to. It's a huge responsibility. It's basically about making careers, right? So I believe that first, every part of my body, every part of my action has to be right, because I inspire them. I not only motivate them, but I also impart knowledge into them, which is obviously at that age they pick in fast and they try to implement it as soon as possible. So before obviously going into coaching, I think changing myself was the biggest attribute I made to myself. I had to change a lot of things in my social life, my personal life, so that, and not only change things, but I had to set an example for everyone. And if I believe that if I tell someone something, I have to be good at it first, or I have to believe and trust it and first portray it first. So that was my whole thing about how I could set up the professionalism in our academy.
Okay. Now I just want to know, when did you start the academy and how did you start, and how many groups do you have today?
So if you go back to the day, it was 15th August, an auspicious day, and I remember we had started off with 15 kids. Where,
when was that? Which
that
year?
was in 2018.
18, okay.
Yes, and we had started off on a nice rainy day. We had put on flyers that time, and a lot of parents had come to support us and obviously enroll their kids through a system of WhatsApp. And it was the first day. I had a nice explanation with the kids, with the parents. We helped the kids, even tie their laces, and it was a new project what we had started, and it was more about the passion. I always wanted to do something for the kids and do it professionally basically. And after that, it was a nice set of 15 kids, and the problem was we were facing is that Girim was obviously a closed arena where no one could see us. But if I tell you, the way we put in the professionalism, the people started knowing us, and even being a closed arena, from 15 kids we grew to 60 kids in 2 months, and which I saw the growth was huge, and that was only because of obviously a proper coaching style, a motivational coaching style, which I believe that every kid needs to be motivated at that point of time where they feel they obviously bring something to the academy. They feel their importance in the academy. They feel the right attitude and right people are around them, and that's how we slowly shifted into 4 batches from there. So 15, 15, 15. So I think at the end we had 60 kids over there in Super30 Girim. And then obviously we wanted to have expand. We wanted to have our own infrastructure in what I believe is right now very important for every academy or every club. And the main aim was obviously to have our own football turf, or basically ground. And I'm a big believer in God, and I try to put the word through him that I need to do this for these kids, and I put my heart and soul in that. And it was not easy at that time because it was hard in finances, but I'm sure that on top he made sure that everything was blended right, the mixture was right. And not only me, I think his also dream was there that we could do something for the kids of obviously North Goa right now. And I would say by God's blessings we set up Nagua Futsal Arena. Obviously we found the right person, that is Mr. Shri Krishna Navigar, who also came in blessing in disguise and tried to. And if you see the shape of Nagua Futsal Arena, it's an exact proper arena shape.
Yes, correct.
So I think everything came with God's blessings, and we could successfully set up Nagua Futsal Arena. And if you go to see the growth pattern for the last 4 years, it was not easy with COVID also. But with God's blessings, today we are a center of above 400 kids.
How do you deal with so many kids? How many groups do you have? Under 14?
So I think we are the first academy in Goa. I'm again not sure, but I think we are the first academy in Goa who has started an under 3 batch. Yes, so we have batches from under 3 to under 6 to under 8, under 10, under 12, under 14, under 16, under 18 Excellence Center, and obviously now the Super Goans Football Club.
Okay, as you mentioned about Super Goans, was Super Goans a part of your dream, or looking at the growth it came up?
No, I think my main aim was obviously the grassroots center, but I believe that my children, which I believe they are like my children, and my players have given me an extra boost and said that we with your training have done well. We have won medals, we have everything, and now we deserve to play at the highest level in Goa and for the future we also deserve to play at the highest level in India. And obviously with the structure right now, we cannot participate unless we have a football club.
Correct.
So basically I went back, looked at everything, saw the foundation, saw the growth pattern, saw the love, saw the community, parents coming every day to, coming to me, telling me that, Ricardo, our kids just love Super 30, they are falling in love with Super 30. We need something more. We need something more. Again, I go back to my office, work on things and see how I can put things in place. And again, with the blessings we come up with is Super Goans Football Club.
Okay, when was Super Goans Football Club registered, and what is the future that you see when it comes to Super Goans?
Again, I think in my brain, Super Goans is already registered 2 years back. We worked hard to register it officially with all the documents, and obviously in December, 31st December, we got the certificate. Yes, so again, the start of the new year was another huge hope for my plans. We came in back, called my team back, said that now we need to do this for the players, the young players out there. So we need to form this club with values, with a good moral, with a good mission, with a good vision. We need to get our model of playing right. So that took us quite some time, but with a lot of experience, with a lot of communication with coaches, with a lot of obviously my ex-players, with a lot of friends that I have, I came into that and I said we need to set our model right. And if we can carry Super 30's professionalism, approach, discipline, the power of the community, the support, if we can get it to the club, I think we can make a big difference being a club.
Now, Super 30 is, just to inform our viewers, so Super 30 was a grassroots level program and startup academy by Ricardo and his group. Now, he also has something known as Super Goans that we were talking about, Super Goans FC, which will be a part of the 3rd Division League in Goa. So I want to know, when it comes to the 3rd Division League in Goa, there will be much more professional players. And how do you deal, what is the plan like? Because there are already clubs in the 3rd Division. And if I'm not mistaken, people also are aware that from 3rd Division, if you play well, if you are in the top 2 or even win the league, then you are promoted to the 2nd Division, then the 1st Division League, then to the Goa Pro League. So I'm into the Pro League. So I want to know, how is the plan when it comes to, I believe I'm just going through the data that I have on your this only, is that selections were already done, right?
Yes.
So is the team exactly like fit, or what? Or there's still more scope for players?
So if you go to see the selection process what we had started for Super Goans Football Club, again the whole motive was to give my youngsters the support and the guidance what actually the experienced players have. So the whole model of the Super Goans Football Club again is to promote our homegrown talent, at the same time give youngsters a chance. The next thing was to bring in experienced people, and what I believe also that there are a lot of players sometimes lost in between, maybe because of an injury, maybe because of some bad mishap, or maybe because of some wrong direction in the career. So the main motive of Super Goans is to give the youngsters a chance initially. At the same time, players that have been injured and have not got proper treatment or not got proper rehab, to give them or revive back their career into football, so that they can think as Super Goans as a development platform where we have all the facilities from medical to fourth physiotherapist to our gym to our swimming pool to our ice bath sessions to our turf ground. So we have put up a complete setup where I believe that it's hard for a player to deal with injuries and then come back and then no one wants him. No, but as Super Goans, we want these players. We want them to feel that Super Goans is their home and we are here to take them, help them revive their career maybe, to support our youngsters at the same time and build a beautiful community where everyone feels it's a people's club. We are there for Goan people. We are here to help the Indian boys also to achieve the highest aim in football.
Okay. Now, as you said about selections and the process, how everything goes well when it comes to Super 30 and Super Goans as well. I want to know, when it comes to selections and now the process of playing, do you think Super Goans FC, I will quote it like Super Goans FC, will make a big difference in the 3rd Division as per you?
If you go to see Clinton, I'm already the eyes are already set on the Goa Professional League.
Okay.
I'm obviously the barrier which I believe is 3rd Division, 2nd Division and 1st Division. they are in my sight. I'm not underestimating that, but my eyes are already set on the Goa Professional League. And not only on the Goa Professional League, I'm also planning to move into even the second division I League very soon, with obviously our support and obviously the structure that we have. And I believe that my players are technically gifted. Okay, they have talent in them. They are hardworking. They are mentally ready. We have been training them for the past 4 years, obviously in the side that we want to play the highest level of football. And at the same time, if I have picked in players from the selection trial and motivated them already, with already started their training sessions to make them believe that they are already there in the Goa Professional League. And these are just steps we need to pass. It's basically like a level that we need to pass to move into the Goa Professional League. So our main aim is to move into the higher leagues, and only not stop there, but again I told you, move into the second division I League or even the I League. And coming together, I think we have a lot of supportive people that can help us achieve our dream.
Okay, so you already have a very, I could say, a future which you have already planned. But when it comes to planning any future career, something, finance is always is a benchmark that you have to cross. So how would you deal with this? Like, is it all planned kind of, or is it going as per the plan?
So, Clinton, I've been working around the clock for these past 2 years. As I told you, it was always in my brain, and I knew that, during everything, this financial thing is going to come in between, and, obviously that's going to be a big, issue, I would say, that we need to resolve. So I think we are obviously self-sufficient. We are, we have our own source of income through our gyms, through our turf bookings, through obviously our academy registrations, and not only coming to that, the support that we have from our parents is huge. The next thing is we have already started to rope in sponsors for the club.
Okay.
Not only just asking sponsors, but we want to give something in return, and that is obviously a recognition in Goan and Indian football. At the same time, we have a lot of branding options at our arena, which we are also in process. We are trying to finalize a lot of sponsors to get their branding at our arena. We have also finalized a sponsorship with the DC group.
Okay.
Yes, and not only that, the support from the panchayats and the punch members are huge for us right now, because we had a center with the Kandulim Panchayat, the village panchayat of Kandulim, which has given us a huge boost, which we were running a center for 120 kids, obviously free of cost with the panchayat funds. We were giving them refreshments free of cost. Mr. Blaze was the big initiator in this. And I think not only now the Kandulim Panchayat, but also the Arporanagua Panchayat, also the Parra Panchayat. Mr. Daniel Lobo also has, assured us that he's going to give us a huge support, which will help us in the future. At the same time, I'm talking to investors from Dubai, as we have a Vision 2030 Dream Team, which we have started with 9-year-old kids. We have taken them in, and we are planning for the next 8 years. So I believe that funds for the players are going to be in the kitty. At the same time, we are a self-sufficient club, right? We are creating players. We have players in our own. It's like a factory of players that we are creating right now. We have talented players, that obviously will go ahead and play for the club. And right now, I believe that what young players require is a good development facility for them. They require good diet and nutrition. They require good strength and conditioning facilities, good coaching, and obviously the good infrastructure, which we already have and invested money into right now. And the next part is that these players, we want them to give them a good platform at the higher level. And what I believe is that once the players are 17 years old, they are already professional.
Correct.
Yes, and at 17 they already have to be playing professional football.
Correct.
So we are giving them all the infrastructure, all the facilities, everything A to Z. And I think from there we can take it forward by using them for the club to achieve a greater height. So the factory is in process, right? The players are generating, the players are coming out from the system and are going to play for the club. At the same time, we have created a bonus system for the players. So obviously, the bonus system is in such that I have made sure that everything is on a performance oriented. If they come into the team, they get something for them. If they score a goal, they get something. If they assist, they, so it's a more professional approach where they should be rewarded. Not by,
every move is rewarded.
Every move is important. So they know tomorrow that every run, every tackle that they make, every save that he makes, every goal that he scores is rewarded. And that's the whole motive behind giving them the platform of Super Goans FC.
Okay. Now, before I end, my last and then I'll go back, is that, Marcus, I want to know, there'll be a lot of pressure now on you being a manager from grassroots, now being a manager for the a good side as well. So how do you take this pressure?
Yeah, I would say the full pressure is not on me only, but as a team, we work as a team. All the coaches, we have meetings every day, after every session, we discuss, we plan for the full day. We have session plans, and also I would not say that the full pressure is on me, but yes, the pressure is shared among everyone. So I would say a good team leads to success, I would say.
Okay, as you said, good team leads to success. I want to know, there are many a part with Ricardo and Marcus as well. Ricardo, I want to know from you, there are many who are part of this success. So how would you thank, or what would you like to say to the parents who are already enrolled, whose kids are already enrolled with Super 30 or now with Super Goans FC, and also those who plan to come to Super 30? What do you have to say for them?
Yes, so basically I think the whole Super 30, if you go to see, is actually a beautiful community of parents, brothers, sisters basically coming to support their kid. And obviously I believe that we have created such a beautiful community basically, which helps and supports, and you know, in a win we are together, in a draw we are together, in a loss we are together, when anything bad happens we are together, birthdays we celebrate together, from 3-year-old birthdays to 17-year-old birthdays, we celebrate everything at the turf, you know. I think that's a huge, you know, there's a huge power between the people, the management, the coaches. I think there's some magnitude of energy which attracts everyone to Super 30. And looking at the club, I'm sure that now if we go for any match anywhere, and if I've told you before also that if any parent, if their kid is not even playing in the first 11 or not even playing in the team, they come to support that. Not only that, we had gone to Ratnagiri, and the parents that actually the kids are not playing in the team, they also traveled from Goa for the final match we had played against a team over there in Ratnagiri. So the love for Super 30 and Super Goans is growing each and every day. And obviously it's my responsibility now, more than anything, to keep that love together, to bring them together, and the dream that they have kept on Super 30 and Super Goans, to keep that dream alive. I work around the clock so that this dream is not only my dream now, it is the dream of every parent, every Goan player, every person that comes to the arena. You know, they are in awe of those kids. When they see them dribbling, when they see them tackling, they see them shouting, you can make out that, you know, Super 30 and Super Goans, basically they have the super blood now. And this blood we want to carry forward and show and actually set an example in Indian football, that a good foundation, obviously with a good plan, with a good structure, with good people and good human beings inside, and people that are willing to do something for the sport, and professionalism at a grassroots level also is very important. And I think if this all things combine together, I wouldn't be surprised if we reach the top tier of Indian football one day.
Okay. I think on that note, we come to an end of this. We wish you all the very best, Ricardo and Marcus as well. And we hope Team Herald comes to visit the Nagwa Arena as well, and to see the live atmosphere, the live kind of sessions that you have, and also be a part in future for any kind of collaboration. I think on that note, we come to an end of this episode. I will see you hopefully next week with another episode of Sports Talkies, having much more bigger, same, or maybe brighter future stars of Goa when it comes to sports in Goa. This is Clinton D'Souza signing off for Herald TV.